Hey, what's going on, guys? Quick review slash breakdown for the MX Guardian. I've been rocking this gun for about 2 days now. With trial and error, I kind of figure out how to build this gun specifically on the way how I play. And we'll go over the attachments here first, and then I'm gonna show you the pretty much the what not really the builds, but how can you play with this specific shotgun, because it's a full auto. It's defaulted as a full auto shotgun. Sometimes full auto sounds great, but now you're looking at your bullet economy. With this specific build, I'm using the semi-auto trigger action, because for again the bullet economy, and it actually slightly boosts your damage, so that's a plus, right? So with the current breakdown, let's start with the muzzle. Use the SH Schweigen DX, if I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but go full blow, go all the way to the top for recoil smoothness, and then for bullet velocity, just put it about 0.77. For the barrel, select the hip LM barrel. That will increase your hip fire accuracy, right? And then you're gonna tune it to recoil steadiness up plus 44 pounds. And then for the damage range, you're gonna boost it up at 0.17 inches to the right. Okay. The next one is the .3 GP3 laser. Okay. This will also increase your hip fire accuracy, plus the recoil, plus the sprint to fire rate, and that's a very, very important one, especially if you're rocking shotguns and if you're rocking any hip fire weapons. The way you would tune it is go just full go hip fire walking speed, hip walking speed. I'm sorry, or full slide hip fire accuracy. Now again, that's a debate. It depends on how you move around the map or around the game. If you like sliding, aggressive, go for it. You can definitely put in a sliding hip fire accuracy. But the most important thing for this one is the hip spread. So what does that mean? That means your actual recoil actually gets tighter. So you actually can have more accuracy. So definitely put that in there. Now you could still argue like, well, I want to shoot faster while I'm sprinting. Got it. But you already have an attachment specifically for that. So I would just use it for accuracy specifically. Now, this is where everything kind of gets jumbled up. But I would suggest use this three, right? And another big suggestion for this one is, instead of using the Schweigen DX, you could potentially also use the Bryson choke. Now, people will ask, well, why are you not using the improved choke versus the Bryson choke? Because the improved choke also increases your damage range. Again, you don't really need range with the shotgun because you're always going to fight in close quarters, right? And specifically with the recoil steadiness and aim down sight speed, negative values on top of that versus this one. And if you look at the values, your accuracy is more better with the Bryson choke versus with the Bryson Improve. So if I'm going to compare with this two, go with the Bryson choke. So moving on with that. Yep. Now, typically, specifically with a black cell, a blueprint, you'll have a custom, you have the stock, and I believe it's the NCDX stock. Again, it's going to give you sprint to fire speed, aim walking speed, crouch movement speed, aim down sight speed. Again, we kind of don't need it, except for the sprint to fire speed, but because we're actually going to use it as a hip fire gun, so we don't need it. What we need is control. We need some kind of control. So now we're going to look into either underbarrel or rear grip. Underbarrels, again, the only one selection that you can really use here is the pineapple. No questions about it. The problem with this is it's actually going to decrease your hip walking speed and your aim down sight speed significantly. With aim down sight speed, I'm not really, you don't really need it. But with the hip walking speed, of course, if you want to be more mobile, especially with gunfights, you will need that. So underbarrels, again, still debatable, but for me, out of the question. Now you look at the grip. You're going to have 4 grips here specifically, right? But look at what you're going to get. With the Cronen Ergo, yes, you're going to have flinch resistance, you're going to have more accuracy, but your aim walking movement speed is reduced. So again, you want to be fast. So not my pick. With the Bruin B60, yes, you're gonna have a good recoil. You're gonna have less aiming stability. Okay, so that means less accuracy. That means when you shoot hip, your recoil may go all over the place. Still a good gun, yeah, during gunfights, but I want to be speedy. I'm gonna skip the XK rush here. I'm gonna use this Stream SK. There it is. Sprint to fire speed is there. Aim no sight speed is there. Cool. So I would like this attachment. But the cons is recoil control and flinch resistance. That means if you're getting shot at, your camera is going to go all over the place. Okay, very good pros, very bad cons. Now, if you look at the XRK Rush, okay, you're kind of going to see that big gap regards of the accuracy, recoil control penalties, and with the handling bonus. Okay? So you're getting the sprint to fire speed buff. You are also getting ADS speed buff, even though we don't need it. But again, your minimal recoil control penalty. This is, in my opinion, the best attachments for the shotgun. So this is my pick. Okay. Again, arguably, you could still use the pineapple, right? But again, grip is my opinion of this one. Okay, so I'm gonna remove this thing and I'm going to show you what's going on with the semi-trigger and the burst fire first. Okay, so we all know that if you're rocking a shotgun, everybody likes to have a dragon spread. Here's the problem: dragon breath is blocked with the full auto. So if it's defaulted, i.e. you don't have any trigger action attached to it, your gun is going to be at full auto. Like so. If you put it in semi-auto, biggest one here is, again, you're gonna a little bit of cost for full auto. You're gonna lose the full auto setting for it. You're gonna have a little bit of hip recoil control, but you're gonna have high grain ammunition. That means you're gonna have an increased damage. And for me, this is my go-to. Okay? I'm not gonna tune it as of right now, but if you are going to tune it, sprint to fire speed and aiming idle stability, kind of go a little bit to sprint to fire, probably about 0.4, 0.5, right? Then for this one, recoil smoothness. Yeah. We can go for all the way to the top for recoil smoothness. But like I said earlier, with the single fire gun, you're gonna have an increased damage and better ammo economy. So what am I talking about with ammo economy? If you look on the bottom right, you have 15 bullets, right, per magazine, and in game it's probably gonna be like 32, 38. Not really. I don't really remember what the actual value for the full backpack amount or full loadout amount for the ammo. But if you're firing at full auto really fast, and most likely 4 or 5 shots will miss, especially if it's more than 10 meters in the range. This is probably about 10.5, 10.5. You're actually going to waste a lot of ammo, and you can only have like 3 to 4 reloads with this gun. So I think semi-auto is the way to go. Okay. Now the argument is, well, you didn't finish the dummy. You had 3 bullets on that, and you wasted the whole magazine. Yep, I agree. This gun is not built for range. This gun is built for close quarters. Again, typically shotguns, the Bryson 800, the Bryson 890 excels at less than 5 meters. This gun also excels at that range as well. So anything below that, or literally anything past 7 meters, 7-8 meters, this gun is not a viable gun. You might as well just switch to AR or switch to SMG. But with this one, get 3 plates right there. We're gonna do a test. I'm gonna try to aim on the neck, upper chest area. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's 12 shots. Controlled recoil, single fire. Cool. If I switch this to full auto, and again, this is gonna be a little hard to control. I'm gonna try the ADS actually, just to have a good control of it. 6, so about almost the same bullet count. Again with a little bit of harder recoil control. So I'm gonna exit out that. But now let's talk about the burst fire. The only reason that you would use the burst fire trigger is for you to use the Dragon spread. That's the only reason why you're going to use this. And again, like I said earlier, most shotguns, especially with the current meta, quote unquote, everybody uses Dragon spread. I have mixed feelings with Dragon spread. And the reason I say that, specifically with this gun, if you're firing burst, I'm going to just hip fire it. So at close range, it's very consistent, very wide. Once you go far, again, this shotgun does not have far ranges. Look at that spread. You're only getting like 4 or 5 pellets there. And you're bursting. At that point, you're going to feel like your gun is like a pea shooter. Looks like it's going to look like a pea shooter. 5, 3. I have 3 bullets here, and I pretty much I used the whole mag, and I still haven't downed the guy. So that's another 3, another 3. So again, 1.5 magazine for Dragon spread. Again, would I use it in close quarters? Of course I would. I would, but just because of the bullet economy or ammo economy, I would not use full auto, and I would not use burst fire. Again, if you like the Dragon spread, I would use it. But for me, my opinion, I would not use it. Another question would probably like, well, if you don't, or if you want to just control ammo economy, then why don't you just increase your magazine size? Well, yeah, that makes sense, right? But the problem with this gun is this magazine does not increase your rounds. It only increases your sprint to fire speed and aim down sight speed. And again, this is a shotgun. So if I do that, again, I can't use Dragon spread. So let's just use rush. You are still gonna have 15 bullets. So again, ammo economy, I think, is the main reason why you would need to have this gun built on your preference. Okay. So, like I said earlier, this is my build. Schweigen DX, Hip LM, 0.2 GP, XRK Rush, and then semi-auto trigger. Again, that's how I built mine. Yeah. Another thing that I would like to talk about later on right now is the difference between the Bryson 800 and the Bryson 890. I have a couple of Bryson builds right now, to be honest with you, and all of them are built for mobility, specifically this one right over here. And out of this 4, actually this is I think one of my best builds with the shotgun. Right there, you can pause it, screenshot it, whatever. There it is. The only downside that I think with this gun is really it has a good range, but like I said, shotgun is only effective at around 4 or 5 meters, and then ending past 8 meters, 7 meters is gonna suck. But with high mobility comes with good sliding. So that being said, if you can master sliding, shooting, especially with the increased slide to fire speed with the previous patch, you're going to be a speed demon on this shotgun. Now that's for the 800. For the 890, I almost have the same build, same concept, same everything. Here's a screenshot of that. By the way, I have to save as explosive. I recommend you just take it off. You don't need it. Probably just put a laser in there. But you can use the hip shot or the 0.2 GP. But again, if you want to have a more mobility, better handling, better accuracy, just use the .2 GP04. And the biggest difference between the 800 and the 890 is the reload time. Well, two things. Number one, the reload time, and then your actual ammo per mag. Bryson, the one I have, is 6. 890 is 12. Okay. And same mechanics. You shoot, you cock it, you shoot again. But basically comes with a magazine. You have a faster reload. With the Bryson 800, once you shoot, I'm going to leave it one bullet for a specific reason. Once you shoot, you reload manually, and then you can cancel that by shooting again, and then you go ahead, right? The only problem that I have this gun is when you actually ran out of bullets, like no bullet in the chamber, its reload animation takes actually a lot longer. And I'm gonna show you now. That one takes about another 0.2 seconds for the reload. So as much as you can, if you can try to save that one ammo in the chamber, go for it. So at least you can stop, reload, put one in, all done. Reload, cancel the reload, shoot it. Because if you do this, see how when it flips the gun, that adds as an additional time to your reload. So, and this is me spamming my mouse, and it's really slow. So, all right. Other than that, everybody knows the Kiwi broadside. We're not gonna talk about it. I really hope that they do buff the expedite. The expedite is, in my opinion, and I do have another build for the expedite. I think if it only has a better reload time and a better hip spread, I think expedite will be the best. The only downside with this is look at that recoil. Other than that, if you can slide in, with this bad boy, you're gonna win that gunfight. All right. Other than that, that's a quick review for the shotguns, mainly with the Guardian, and I hope you learned a lot from that. Thank you.